Hi guys, LC Fifa here, and welcome to this 89 rated Winter Wildcards Jack Butland player review. So as you can see on screen, this is the team I started him in. We've got Butland in goal, Capdevila, Romero, Rudiger and Cancelo in defence, Son, Benacer, Baggio, Rooney and Lundberg in midfield, with Hernandez in attack. Butland's 6'5", is right-footed and has 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot. I did only use him with the goalkeeper basic chemistry style, and he always had max chemistry, so the boosts that you see on screen are the ones he actually had in game. He has 87 diving, 88 handling, 80 kicking, 88 reflexes, 80 speed, which is broken down to 82 acceleration and 77 sprint speed, and 90 positioning. And then just quickly onto the player traits, and he doesn't actually have any player traits at all. His diving, I have to say, was quite average and definitely didn't feel like 87 in game. His overall diving animations seem quite slow when compared to other goalkeepers with a similar diving stat. Looking back through the highlights, Butland doesn't snap into the diving animations, which can sometimes be the difference between him stopping the ball or it going in. This might be because he has 73 reactions, which hasn't been increased at all from his 73 rated base silver card. He is 6'5", which does give him a decent reach and can make him difficult to beat from close range because of his overall size. However, when facing shots from outside the box, Butland conceded more than I usually see go in. Some of these I wouldn't expect any goalkeeper to save, but a couple of these I think if his diving animations and reactions were a little quicker, he probably would have been able to reach the ball. Despite him being slow to react to shots, I actually don't think his overall reflexes are to blame. You can see when Butland initially begins to move towards the direction of the ball and when he actually begins the diving animation itself. I also think he's fairly decent at making saves inside the box, and as mentioned previously, his height does play a factor in this. Butland's handling on the whole was decent enough. If the shot places the ball close to his body, then he is capable of catching the ball, even against powerful shots. When he is required to dive to reach the ball, however, he doesn't manage to get those diving animations that allow him to catch the ball in the air. Only a handful of goalkeepers are capable of doing this, so it's not too much of an issue. In the games I played with him, I also didn't have any problems with him leaving me open to rebounds. Butland managed to push the ball away from danger or behind the goal for a corner. 80 speed is the biggest upgrade this card has received, going up from 57 on his silver card. This makes Butland one of the fastest goalkeepers in FIFA 23, just behind Campos' hero and World Cup hero cards. He's an ideal goalkeeper for those that like to rush their keepers out throughout the match. In combination with his height, once Butland manages to close down the distance between himself and the attacker, he can be very difficult to score past. Despite him being lengthy, he does have a higher acceleration stat than sprint speed, so he always seemed quick to rush out, even from a standing position. Butland's distribution was good for me. His 80 kicking was both powerful and accurate enough most of the time to reach your attacking players downfield. He might not have the accuracy or power of other goalkeepers with a higher stat, but his kicking was consistent in matches, both when taken off the floor and out of his hands. Another big positive to this is he has a 5-star weak foot. Sometimes if you're being aggressively pressed, you don't always have time to move the ball onto your goalkeeper's stronger foot. But with his 5-star weak foot, this isn't an issue. Although Butland doesn't have any traits in game, his throwing was surprisingly accurate and powerful for me. He regularly managed to pick out my players around the halfway line, and it honestly does feel like he has the goalkeeper long throw trait. The final area to discuss is his positioning, which overall was okay. This is the highest stat on his card, but I wouldn't say it felt like 90 in game. For the most part, his positioning will be fine, but on the odd occasion, he will make a mistake, usually when it comes to repositioning. There are two instances which I can think of, which will be shown in the clips. One, where I rush him out towards the player and the ball just gets sent past him without Butland getting any sort of diving animation. The second is where the ball is crossed into the box, and Butland comes out to claim the ball, but is beaten to it by the attacker. Although I do usually blame positioning for goalkeepers struggling against long shots, I don't think Butland's starting position was all that bad against these shots. So overall, I'm going to give 89 Butland a 7.9 out of 10. Unfortunately, Butland didn't recapture his nostalgic performances from FIFA 17 with this upgraded card. He does have some positives which I've highlighted, including 5-star skill moves, which is unique but not massively important on a goalkeeper. There are definitely better options in goal in the Premier League, although when it comes to English goalkeepers, he is likely to be one of the best we get this FIFA. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. And to request any future content, please leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll be sure to reply.